College basketball next season is a big season. There's a lot at stake for a lot of teams, a lot of people, a lot of coaches, a lot of players, a lot of programs. I want to define the 20 figures in college basketball next year with the most at stake. Define this however you want. The most at lose, or the most to lose, the most at risk, the I don't know, just a pivotal time in their careers, their job on the line, their legacies on the line, their livelihoods, whatever you want to define. Who has the most at stake? People, programs, you can pick. Let's come up with a list of 20 and put them in order.
Oh, okay. Um, See, the order part's gonna throw me off. Can I just start throwing out names I think people have a lot on the line next year?
I want to go one by one. I don't
You want
want
to
you
go
to
one by
throw
one?
out a bunch. Like who do you think? Who's the first name that comes to mind? The most at stake.
Hmm. Why does Dan Hurley come to mind?
Dan Hurley's one of the first names on my short list.
He has a lot of stake. He has a lot at stake here.
Why?
Because I think people are assuming that he's going to bounce back, right? And I think there's starting to be murmurs that like, okay, like he was really good with Donovan Clingan and those other guys, but like he was not good last year. And they're assuming that he's gonna bounce back and he's gonna be really good this year. What if he's not?
So I think Dan Hurley belongs on the list, but not super high, just because if the worst case scenario happens for Dan Hurley, he's still two-time defending champion back-to-back Dan Hurley.
When does that rub off though? Doesn't that
It
rub off a
doesn't.
little bit?
It doesn't.
No.
No, his legacy is solidified. If he could honestly, he could get fired at UConn 3 years from now, and we would look back on like Dan Hurley dominated college basketball. His legacy solidified. So I
Okay.
I do think he's on here just because situationally, like what's at stake for him is proving he's still atop the mountaintop instead of he's not anymore.
Mm.
Last year was a blip. If it becomes a 2 year blip, he's not anymore. So that gets him on the list, but I think there's other guys with more at stake.
Hubert Davis?
Hubert Davis's point blank, his job's at stake. That's a good one.
Yeah. So that might be one.
Now I'm back to what you originally said. Let's name all the names and then we'll put them in order.
Uh, I think Matt Painter should be somewhere on this list.
Matt Painter's on the list, and he might be my number one.
Ooh, a lot of stake for him, huh?
There's a lot at stake for him. We can elaborate if you'd like, but I would even argue there's a bigger Purdue figure that has more at stake than Matt Painter.
Braden Smith.
Braden Smith has more at stake than Matt Painter for me.
Legacy, title, immortality.
Right now, Braden Smith has still been remembered as like the Zach Edey point guard. He can write his own story. He can get his own immortality, but it's going to be up to him, right? Like right now, the Braden Smith era is the era where Purdue wasn't as good as the Zach Edey era. This year, Braden has everything he needs, though, right?
Hmm.
Last year, the conversation was, oh well, Braden doesn't have what he needs. This year, he's got what he needs. He's probably the preseason national player of the year on the preseason number one team. He either goes down as, I mean, we said it, he could go down as the greatest Purdue player ever with a national title and a national player of the year. Or if Purdue has the same season they had last year, we look at his legacy completely differently.
Yeah, he does have a lot. Like records are on. Everything's on the line.
So I can we do that? I think he is the number one figure in college basketball with the most at stake.
I think so too.
All right, so we're gonna put Braden Smith number one, but Matt Painter, Dan Hurley, Hubert Davis are definitely still on the list somewhere. I said I want 20, so let's keep going because I think we can name a lot here.
I feel like I'm naming a lot of Big Ten coaches, but I think Brad Underwood has a lot on the line.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna have him in my top 20. Give me the pitch.
The pitches that he pitched that he was going to be this guy that's just going to be a transfer portal killer wasn't pivoted to like this overseas thing. Is that going to work out?
But
I
as
think
long
I think there's a massive case that people could turn on Underwood if this season doesn't go well.
and he just signed an extension, so
Yeah.
yeah. Here's the thing for me. As long as they're like a tournament team, I don't think there's much at stake for him. It would have to like really bottom out and miss the tournament for there to be anything at stake for him. Because right now they are happy with him. He just signed an extension. Like, what's at stake? I'm here for the next 6 years. Just keep winning, do my thing.
Yeah, I guess.
But we can put him on the list. I don't know. He's gonna be on the cut, I
So
think.
I would put Kelvin Sampson on my list as well.
Oh, running out of time.
Running out of time. This is probably one of the more talented Houston teams you're going to have while you're there.
I like that.
Are you going to capitalize?
I like that. I think Kelvin Sampson belongs near the top of the list for that. I like that. Should we put him too?
Yeah.
Let's put Kelvin Sampson too, because I do think this is kind of like
Actually, no, Hubert's got to be before Sampson.
okay, Braden Smith one, Hubert Davis two, Kelvin Sampson three. Um, yeah, I feel like we're entering the end of Kelvin Sampson's window, so I like that. I like that a lot. Um, Other names for me to add, we still have Dan Hurley, Matt Painter, Brad Underwood on the short list. Tom Izzo.
What's he have at stake, though?
Was last year just because of Jace?
Even if it was, doesn't matter. Won the Big Ten by 3 games, and Jace was great.
That was last year.
Hmm
If
That
this
gives,
up if this upcoming season they finish eighth in the Big Ten like the three previous seasons,
uh,
then it's all the way back to dog Izzo. You did nothing with the roster. You didn't spend this offseason. What are you doing?
that's
Like
true.
all those critics were out. He shut them up because he won. But honestly, I mean the face of it is one
I
and done
was,
left.
see, I was gonna put a Michigan State person on here, but it wasn't gonna be him.
Who is your guy?
It was gonna be Fears.
See, here's my. I'll listen to the argument first. I'll listen to the argument first. What is it?
I just think that like we have hitched our 4 years of basketball to Jeremy Fears, no matter what he has done. And I don't know if necessarily like I think he's had moments, but I think he needs to show a little bit more if we're just gonna commit to this being what it is for the next couple years.
So I like that reasoning. It's probably worthy. My respectful rebuttal would be he's Jeremy Fears. He doesn't matter enough to be on the top 20 guys with the most at stake. This video is presented by Underdog Fantasy, and they've got a free pick tonight that you're going to want to take advantage of. Anthony Edwards to score over 0.5 points. Ant scores every single playoff game, as far as I know. Card, has he ever not scored?
Not since I've been alive, and that's 32 years for those wondering out there.
That pick sounds extremely free. Promo code SLEEPERS as a first-time depositor at Underdog Fantasy. You can get up to $1,000 in bonus bets and a free pick. This is the shortest ad read we've ever done. You're welcome back to the video. Like, just in the big picture scheme here, it doesn't move the needle for me like that at a national level. Maybe it should, but like if Jeremy Fears just isn't good, like, okay. Like, what do you average this year? Like 7 and 5? Like,
I think so.
so I
Something
don't
like
know. But maybe that's just me being a hater. I don't know. To me, the Michigan State season will be much more defined though by like which one of the two paths is the real current Izzo? Is it the 3 year blip that was bad before it, or is it the year where he figured it out with Jace? I don't know. He's gonna have to pull a magic trick off again, I think, with this roster.
yeah, that's fair to say. Um, is it worth it to put first year head coaches on this?
Yeah, I think so.
I think DeVries has a lot.
Darren DeVries has a ton. I agree there.
Yeah, he'd be up there. And then I would also have a combination of the second year guys in here.
Who?
Pope, Kelsey, Dusty.
Talk to me there because I think everyone's happy with those guys right now. Like I don't
It,
really
that's
see Pope
that's
and
what I'm saying.
Dusty.
It was a happy year one, good honeymoon phase. How
Yeah,
do you follow it up with your second act?
I think Pope and Dusty are good right now. I would think Pat Kelsey maybe
Because Kelsey didn't win a tournament game.
because Kelsey, there's already a little like antsy.
And
What's
and
going
they
on?
and they've been the offseason winner too, kind of by a lot of metrics. Okay.
Let's put Kelsey on, but I think Pope and May got a little security for a little
Okay.
bit. Um,
Does
Speaking of
Patino go
Michigan
on?
guys, though, so you brought up Dusty. I'm gonna do the same thing you just did with you were like, yeah, maybe it's Jeremy Fears. Is it Merez Johnson?
See, I in my head, I don't know if if Perez doesn't do anything, then you just like move on from Perez.
So that you and I are doing the same thing to each other's players here with that. But the difference for me is Mérez brought this on himself with what he did, with the way he went out, with the way he said it, the stink he made about it. And you still have to see Illinois. He goes to State Farm this year. There's a lot of stake for Mérez personally. Does anyone care about it? I'll let you decide on if that belongs or not. But
I think Illinois Michigan fans surely do.
from just an individual standpoint, I think Mérez has a lot on the line relative to other players in the country this year.
Yeah, let's put him at 20.
Okay, I'll put him at the bottom of our hit list right now. Right now, our list is only in order: Braden Smith, Hubert Davis, Kelvin Sampson, and then on our short list we have Hurley, Painter, Underwood, DeVries, Izzo, Kelsey, Mérez, Johnson.
I mean, I don't know how I'd rank. I'm trying to think of anyone else who would for
Let me
sure make.
rattle off others, and then we'll start to order them. Kevin Willard,
Yeah,
you went out in flames, and now you're in
yeah.
blue blood.
Kevin Willard might be like 2 or 3.
Let's put Kevin Willard two ahead of Hubert Davis.
Yeah,
I
bump
think it's
everybody
Braden
down.
Smith, then Kelvin Willard, then Hubert Davis, then Kelvin Sampson. I think John Shire's got to be on this list.
Just expectations of the pro. Oh, Kevin Young.
Duke's waiting. Kevin Young,
Kevin Young.
absolutely.
Kevin Young. I think Patino.
Rick Pitino, based on what he did with this offseason. Now we're just getting into like naming coaches. I'm trying to think of some non-coaches. I mean, there's Debanza here.
I think the Bance is here.
Is Bill Self here?
I would actually advocate for a Flory Badunga pick with a lot to prove.
Why Flory?
Just because I think that he made the stink about going in the portal, possibly, and it was rumors that he like wanted more of a role kind of and more money, and then he basically got that promise from Bill Self.
That's true. Okay. So you got to live up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with that. Any of the high paid like portal guys that have to like live up to something?
Hmm.
So like last year, I would say Coleman Hawkins would have been on the most at stake list.
Honestly, does Xavier Lee have a lot at stake?
Ooh, I kind of
Gi-
like that.
Given, he's playing for the back-to-back, he's playing for the defending national champions for coming in a spot where Walter Clayton was just at. And that's going to be your whole year, basically.
I like that.
I think Xavier Lee probably earned a spot somewhere on there.
I like that a lot.
Okay. Who else? Oh, we're not doing freshmen, are we? I know you said Debanza because we're talking Debanza. I think another freshman that is going to have a lot on his plate is the kid that's following up Cooper Flag.
Yeah, Cam Boozer.
Cam Boozer's got to be on there.
I like that. All right. So let me see how many we have right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We need two more, and then we'll order it all up.
Okay. I'm gonna say one that I don't know if you want to do it because it might just be a personal thing for me. I think Micah Shrewsbury has a lot on the line this year.
I'm okay with that. Pressure's
Like what?
building.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's
And
see
he's got
something.
a he's got a 5-star McDonald's All-American now.
Yeah, Marcus Burton's back. Like
Yep.
there is something there.
I like that a lot. We need one more name.
This needs to be a player.
This one might not matter, and it's a coach. It's not a player, but Steve Peichel.
Yeah, Peichel, Tang.
I'm just bored of Tang at this point. I don't care.
Yeah, Peichel.
Do we really want to round off this list with Steve Peichel?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so let's go with somebody different.
Is it PJ Haggerty wherever he ends up?
Or like Boogie Flan, one of the highest paid guys.
I think it's got to be PJ Haggerty.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's not Alex Caravan, is it?
Like legacy talk?
Yeah,
No, it's not. His legacy stamped.
it's solidified or
Yeah.
solidified. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So we have Braden Smith 1, Kevin Willard 2, Hubert Davis 3, Kelvin Sampson 4 with the most at stake. Should we go looking at all of our other names? Hurley, Painter, Underwood, DeVries, Izzo, Kelsey, Merez Johnson, John Shire, Kevin Young, Rick Pitino, AJ DeBanza, Flory Badunga, Xavier Lee, Cam Boozer, Micah Shrewsbury, PJ Haggerty. Kevin Young, 5?
Yeah. Also, do you want to sub out Haggerty for Scott Drew?
No, I like Haggerty.
Okay.
Help lead me on where to go next. I feel like
Um,
DeBanza and Painter are probably both top 10.
yeah, I think so. Are we on 7 right now or are we on 8?
Kevin Young, 5, DeBanza, 6, Matt Painter, 7. DeVries, 8?
DeVries. Did you already say Kelsey?
Haven't said Pat Kelsey. Pat Kelsey, 9. And then we have a lot of players in the teens and 20s. Rick Pitino, 10 maybe,
Yeah.
after
Let's
how
get the
he treated
coaching.
RJ Lewis.
Yeah.
11, let's start to do some of the players. What player do we think has the most at stake? Xavier
Uh,
Lee?
let's go back to back. Yeah, Xavier Lee back to back champs or back. Sorry, defending champs. My fault. I'm so used to Hurley. Jesus.
Xavier Lee, 11. Flory Badunga, 12. We put Haggerty 13 with his price point. Then I'm going to do the Duke duo, John Shire, Cam Boozer, 14 and 15. For our final 5, we have Hurley, Underwood, Izzo, Merez Johnson, Micah Shrewsbury. Put those in order for me.
Oh, Marcus Shrewsbury's 19.
Just go completely out of order.
Yeah.
You wanted Merez 20.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
then what we have Underwood. What else we have
Underwood
left?
16, Izzo 17, Hurley 18. Shrewsbury 19, Merez Johnson 20.
I feel good about that.
20 figures with the most at stake. Next time we do 10.